Hi, my name is Odemus. I'm the president at Devbridge, and today we're talking about speed to market. What is speed to market? Does it matter? The argument I'd like to make is that speed is important, but only in context if the product is actually usable. If you get a piece of software out the door and nobody uses it or no one adopts it, well then, what does it really matter, right? So when we think about speed, we need to look at the building blocks of what makes fast effective. We need to make sure that the product that we build is effective. A great methodology to adopt and to use along the way to make sure that speed actually drives results and outcomes is to use the build, measure, learn loop. That's the typical building block of an Agile methodology, but the idea is that you build a piece of software, you use product analytics to get data from the field, and then you learn from that test, and then you improve the roadmap of the software as you go forward. That is the underlying fundamental way that Devbridge exists and that Devbridge works. We provide data-informed strategy, cross-functional teams, and then we build the products that deliver results. When we look at the overall life cycle of a product, the build, measure, learn loop is kind of incorporated in the middle there. It can be used early on an MVP, it can be used on a mature product. It doesn't matter how early or how late you are in that game of product development, the build, measure, learn loop is applied in product development. Now let's talk a little bit about what fast means. How do you quantify what is fast and what is slow? We're working out of 6 offices around the globe, and we have over 500 employees in the business. Now what that really means for a potential client is that we're large enough to staff immediately. Instead of going on a hiring spree for 3 months, then onboarding people for another 3 months, instead of experiencing a 6-month lag to start building something, we can staff teams almost immediately. Second, when we get started, we are able to extract and condense requirements in a matter of days. That's especially important because in the beginning of product development, you want just enough requirements not to stifle progress, but not enough requirements where it becomes a burden for the team. You don't want to fall back on a waterfall delivery methodology. So the number 2 reason why we're fast is we use lean requirements to facilitate requirement extraction. Number 3, centralized, empowered ownership of outcomes is incredibly important to the team. Teams can be fast if they combine product management, product design, and software engineering. Now, why is that important? It's important because if you allow all of the disciplines that are necessary to build great products to collaborate and work together, the teams can be, 1, self-informed, but the teams then also don't have to depend on outside parties to make decisions and move forward. They're naturally resistant to blockers. Lastly, we also want to make sure that teams have a mature set of disciplines baked into product development. Choosing the right testing strategy, building out an automated pipeline, having automated tests, and so on and so forth. All of those things allow the team to spend less time on things that they shouldn't be spending time on and more time on actually productizing the product, shipping features, and then looking at the data that's coming back from the field. So a mature product engineering practice actually allows you to move faster. So if I was to look at all of those 4 things, you combine them and that's how you arrive at 4 times as fast to market. That is the underlying reason why we're able to move faster and why we were able to get the mobile banking experience in the Caribbean out to market in 6 months across 3 platforms. 6 months from funding to productized mobile applications in a financial services industry that is bogged down by regulation and slow processes and legacy systems. So all of these 4 points can be applicable at a large enterprise. All of those 4 points can make you move much, much faster. So if you want to learn more, please spend 30 minutes with me to learn more about our capabilities, and I can walk you through in detail around how all of those disciplines are used to develop speed and speed to market and get products out the door much, much faster. Thank you for listening. Go check us out on Devbridge.com.